How to create an interactive drop-down menu in Figma. Hi there, in this video we will learn how you'll be able to create your own interactive drop-down menu using the Figma platform. So you can just go to your web browser and go to figma.com, and what you just need to do here once you're signed in is simply click on plus design file, and it will allow you to create a new design, which would be the interactive drop-down menu. So first thing that you need to do is click on the frame icon and then just simply add a frame into your workspace right here. And then the next thing we'll do is create a rectangle for the menus, and we will set the corners as round with the 20 radius. After that, you just need to add a text. We will be adding a text right here, and then place the text within the rectangle that we've created. Here, so you can change the color of the text right here on this right side panel of the screen. We will just turn the text to black, and then we will be changing the font size as well to 20. But the font settings or font size would be depending on how it would fit into your rectangle. So the bigger your rectangle is, the bigger the text would be. So you can just adjust that as well. So right here, I'm just doing some adjustments with the alignment of the text. Once we have the text on the correct place, what we will add here is an icon. We will add a arrow down icon into our rectangle. So you can just click on the symbol on the right side of the text icon, and then it will show you components, but what you do is click on plugins and search for icons. So you can choose into different plugins right here, and then once you've decided what icon you'll use, you can just click on run. Click on the run button, and it will provide you different type of icons. So you can browse into the icons right here that is being shown, or you can simply search it as well on the search box on the top. So here I'll choose this arrow down button, then I'll align that here on the right side panel of the right side of the rectangle. I will resize the arrow icon and position that at the middle. Now that's positioned, the next thing that we will do is we will be creating different menus to select from. So I'll just tone down the black color here. Then now that we have the select rectangle, what we will do is create another, or we will be duplicating these rectangles right here to make sure that they are at the same size. So I'll be adding 3 other rectangles right below the select menu. Here, and the third one right there. So you'll just align that right below the main menu or the default menu. So from here, what we will do is we will add the text for the different choices to choose from. So we will add a title first. For example, this is an option for you to choose what country you're from. So let's add a heading here, but that would depend. You can just modify the text right here. This is just for a demo in order for you to create your own menus as well. So here on these other 3 boxes, I will add text on different countries. For an example, here, So I'll just duplicate this text icon right here to make sure that they have the same font size. I'll just duplicate the text and drag it and position it to the different rectangles right below it. So here we'll be changing the text. So the first box would be Philippines, the next one would be, let's say, Japan. Here. And then the last would be Korea or Hong Kong. But let's just say Korea. This is just for a demo for this video. So we'll just change the opacity of the select word here, or we will tone down the dark color. So we'll have it gray font color. So now that we have the main informations right here, we will need to make all these selections into one component. So the text and the rectangle for Japan would be another component, Korea rectangle and the text would be another component, and the country and the select icon would be another component as well. So once you have these all as component, you need to highlight everything and make that another component as one as well. So here you can see that as a whole, this is one component and each selections is another component for you to choose from as well. So these are the options, but if you do have a lot more options, you can definitely just add another rectangle right below it and then you can use that as well. So the next thing that we will do here is that we will add a variant. So you can see here with the broken line border, there's a plus icon at the bottom that would allow you to add another variant for this type of component. So what we will do right here is I will be selecting on the top part here. I'll be selecting the three options and I will be minimizing them and then I will change their opacity to 0 so that on the default state of our menus, the options right below it will not show here. So that's your default state here at the top part. The second part here is that we will be, the second part would be the how it will appear once you click or once the customers or once you click on the select box, the drop down menu will show. And the third part here is that we will be having Japan and Korea as a opacity to 0. So we need to set that to 0 so that Philippines will be the one shown onto our selection button right here. So you just need to drag that here and then position it to where the select button is. Make sure that it would show. You can just change the position or the layer. So you have the component 1 to be right on top of component 4 so that when you drag the icon or the rectangle for Philippines, the select or the default button here, which is select, would be at the back or would be behind the Philippines button. So right here, just need to drag that. Make sure that it's positioned right on top of each other. we just brought this to front. So these are the different states here. So for example, since we have three options, what I'll do here is that I'll just use Philippines as the selected word for this demo. But once you have, if you have other choices, you need to make the same variable or the same variant for the other countries as well. So here we go to prototype. That's on the left side panel of the screen, right beside the design tab. So what we will do here is from the select button, we will click the component and then we will point the arrow into the second variant that we've created. The options here that it should be on click and it will be changed to the variant 2, and then you just need to change the animation or the animation into smart animation. So here you can see when I click on the arrow, just click on the interactions right here, and then you can see that instead of instant, we would change it to smart animate, and then the option here would be ease out. Here, and then the next thing that we will do will be creating a prototype or interaction between the Philippines button and in the third variant that we have right here. So the same interaction settings, the interaction should be on click, and then instead of instant, it would be smart animate, and then the animation would be ease out as well. And then the time would be 300 milliseconds. Here. There you have it. So once you have all these arrows at its correct place, what you'll need to do is select the first variant, that's the top part, and then hold the Alt key into your keyboard and then drag the component into this part of, or drag the component into the frame that we created earlier. Right here. So once that has been placed into our frame, what we will do is click on the play button that's on the top right corner of the screen, so that when we try to preview the design, we will be able to check whether the design is working or where if it needs changes on the prototype that we've created for the interaction. So here, when I try to click on select, it does not interact with every time I click the button. So what we'll do here is that we will change the prototype details. So what you need to do first is actually click on the component for that specific country that we have chosen, and then we will drag that into the third variant that we've created here. So as you can see, instead of having the prototype arrow for the whole component for all the selections, we only specify that only for Philippines. So here we also need to click on or have a component arrow to the second variant, and then for the first part here, we will have the selection or the component for the select tool and then drag it into the second variant. So when we try to preview that right here, you can see that every time I click select, it will show us or provide us the options, and then when I click on Philippines, Philippines will now be on the top part where the select button was from. And that's basically it. That's how you'll be able to create an interactive drop down button menu here in Figma. And that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Bye.